Hi, so this is Jai and my full name is Hong Jason, and I'm recording this video for the purpose of database design course final project walkthrough. And I'm currently just um I'll be demonstrating the program that I built for the final project. So yeah, let's start the program so that we can kind of just demonstrating it. And yeah, I'll put my database here just in case if we need to go use it. And so when you start the program, and obviously you'll be asked if you're a passenger or you're an admin. And if you're a passenger, obviously you'll be asked to your credentials, and the credentials will be checked from the T, T passengers table, the username and password. So if you type credentials that belong to other table, it will not work because it's you say invalid credentials because it's selecting from T passengers table. So if we enter a valid username but an invalid password, say you say invalid username or password, same. So what about correct password but invalid username? You also say invalid. So if you enter valid credentials, you allow you in, and authenticate users are allowed to authenticate passengers are allowed to view their flights and edit their personal profile. And we can start by just go through the edit my profile feature, where after you click it, you are the information in the T passengers table for this specific authenticate user will be prompt and then show back to us if you want to edit any of the credentials you did. And because previously I sort of did some editing and it shows as James. So let's say we turn it back to, um, let's make it differently this time. Um, Maybe all this. And yeah, let's make it different. And let's change the date a bit. 16 April 16, and username, and we can type the password to make sure we want this edit this update to go through. And in order to perform updates, obviously we use the update query. And then we say update profile update successfully. And then if we go back, you will see it's updated April 16, and we'll click exit if we want to exit out. Also test the view my flights feature, which it will display back all the assigned flights to the authenticate users. So we have the flight numbers, the flight dates, departure airport, arrival airport, and the SIM number and flight cost. And these are displayed through by performing a query, which is select query, and then performing joins on T airports because we need the names of the airport, and then the flights, the flight date, the flight number, and the flight passengers because we need to know which flight is does the passenger assigned to, and the seats and the money flight cost. We can test with other passengers as well. So if a passenger has no flights registered or no assigned no assigned flights, yes. And let me check. So no assigned flights passengers will be, I believe it's 8. So there will be X two, and then we log in and then view flights, and as you can see, there's nothing. So that's for if a passenger has no flights assigned. So I think that's kind of it for passengers, even though there's two features, but yeah. And for admins, you obviously would pick from you will select query from the tadmin table. So let's say we go to tree, no password, password is required obviously. 703 and then 2 about valid. Okay. So you'll be for admins, you can view all the passengers that are in the database and flights, and they're assigned flights, yes. And then you can view the cost of the passengers spent on flights. So let's say we view all the passengers, and then this will kind of just give back all the passengers are in the database and their assigned flights and their information. Oh, I can pull this. Wow, that's unfortunate. And this will basically give you the passenger full name, which is from the T passengers table, the flight numbers from the T flights table, the flight dates also from the T flights table, departure and arrival airport also from the T flights table, and also you will get the name from T airports table, and then seat number and flight costs from the flight passengers table. So as you can see, we join 4 tables. Yes, there's 4 tables. T flights, T flight passengers, T passengers, and T airports. And maybe we can add more features to it, like if you want to find passengers that has no assigned flights, maybe that can be a feature for future implementation. As for now, it is what we got. And if you want to exit, you can kind of just exit and go back. And then that means you can also view the cost of the passengers had for each flight, the total cost, let's say. So for this passenger, and it is sorted by from the highest band to the sorted by descending, so highest band to lowest band. And this kind of just involving using aggregate functions like sum aggregate functions, summing the total cost, summing the flight cost from T flight passengers, and then selecting displaying the full name of the passenger. So we have to use group by the full name. So yeah. So the total spend for this passenger would be the highest because the passenger ID is 2, and then if you go to 2, there's 1, 2, 2, and 2. So if you add that up, that would be this amount, and chaos only has 520 because which is this one, and it only has 1 assigned flights, I believe. Yes, it only has 1 assigned flights. Yes. So that's kind of it on the program that I have. I mean, for the features that each row has. So yeah.